trade tactics, I'm always ready. It's hard to remain on dry land for so long. I seem to get my land rights back.
All right, welcome to the Halloween stream. We're going to be playing a Halloween game, Genshin Impact. Of course, I'm here with Horns. I went into what I call it, the catacombs, but it's like not called that. It's pretty much catacombs to me. It's the most catacombs you're going to get in Genshin, I think.
Did you want to watch that short thing?
Probably not.
The 5-minute manga made by Unrelated for Halloween specifically.
I am going to watch that link in general, but all right. So I guess I'm going to be going further into the wait, did you say there's like some weird Halloween thing in the Genshin itself, or like some event that's going on?
No.
Okay.
I was just saying there's a lot of different events that involve ghosties.
Yeah, that's why I was referring to that.
Hey.
All right. Wait, what the heck was the catacombs one? Actually, wait, what was the one that was most related to Ghost that you said this came out? Was that the Raiden?
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
The second Raiden Shogun quest has a lot to do with ghosts.
Today's recommendation.
Oh. I can't even do it.
I know, because there's this other one.
Oh, I'm dumb. I see the first one. All right.
You gotta do the first one before you can do the second one.
Oh, I didn't realize that was there's two. All right. Oh, thank you. A long time member. A good 10,000 years. Hey, stream, how's it going? Oh, this is sweet. You missed me. We're going to be doing scary Genshin weird things. Wait, where the hell is the start? Hey, tell me this.
Just go to the quest screen to view the quest details.
I was looking at the name of it, Imperium, or whatever that is.
Imperatrix Urbosa. Now, remember, the Raiden Shogun has stayed locked away in her sword for like 500 years or so. So, she's not too familiar with how the world works.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm blind.
It's gonna be above the chasm stuff. It is not a world quest. Reflections of Mortality.
Oh. Okay. I was looking for something else. The fear of falling The 50-50 in Genshin is truly scary. Oh, it absolutely is. If you don't follow it, you get crucified. That's really
By the
sad.
way, did you see the progress you have on the battle pass?
No.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Where's the battle pass? This one, right? No, this. Oh, you maxed it out? Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you claimed everything too.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Ooh, don't you get a sword after a certain point? Or a sword, a weapon?
At level 30, you get a weapon. I chose to go with the bow this time.
Ah, yes.
So now right now you have the short sword and the bow. You still don't have the claymore, the catalyst, or the lance.
Okay.
I went with the bow first because you don't really have another really good bow for Yoimiya, so I went with that one.
Hell yeah. Wait a second. Am I gonna explore this whole map?
Of course not.
I saw something below me that I was like, wait a second. Yeah, I didn't even realize I haven't explored down there. Interesting. Alright. Time to go see Ride and Shogun. Oh, I sound a bit tired, or are you referring to Sir Hamster?
What's wrong with being a little bit tired?
If the Tenryo Commission won't assist in dealing with the thunderstorm, the consequences could be catastrophic.
It's not that we're unwilling to do our part. We just don't have any.
Yeah, Horn sometimes doesn't get any sleep.
I hope you can understand.
Stays up for 5 days straight or something.
So let's keep the discussion going and see if we can find a solution.
Hey, Toma!
Oh,
What's going
right.
Ah, hello you two. We were just talking about what an impact you've made in Inazuma.
Greetings.
What a coincidence.
Thank you both again for delivering Miss Hiragi's letter that time.
You said the 3 houses
so
in
they're friends of
Inazuma?
yours. I'm Master Kamaji's servant. Call me Ippei.
Yeah.
Oh, I am energetic. Look at my super powerful voice.
Information toward the Shogun and carrying out any duties she assigned. But recently, she announced that she wishes to spend some time in solitude and self-reflection. Since she is refusing to receive any visitors, there is no one to tell us what to do.
Hmm?
We all understand if the Shogun needs some quiet time to gather her thoughts. The only problem is, in the meantime, the thunderstorm out at sea has been getting wilder.
Controls the macro.
So my other fiance controls one of them, right? Yes. Yes.
The Ayaka.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
And all the time it's been there, the storm has
Well,
never
basically,
changed
so
in
the
shape or
person that's in
size.
charge of the
But
Tenryo
now,
Commission, the one
it
that's
seems to
basically
be
like
drawing
the
closer to
military,
Inazuma.
What?
They
So her
have
will
kind of
changed
abused
that
their
she wants to
power
destroy Inazuma now?
because
Or is this her way of
the
trying to get
Vision Hunt
revenge on
decree.
us?
That's what you helped abolish when you fought against the Raiden Shogun herself.
Childish.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Interesting.
If she really wanted to get revenge on us, she could just strike us with lightning right here.
I guess I am pretty quiet.
Which would also be pretty scary.
Is that actually
When the characters speak.
I don't think you need to worry about that.
Oh, turn the
reason
game
we're
down there,
concerned
turn
is that
horns
we've never
up.
known the Almighty Shogun's will to falter
I think
before.
that's horn.
Considering Liyue's
That
god
should be
left not
horns.
too long ago, it's hard not to take it as a
I
bad
can scream
sign.
over here now.
A lot of people now believe that the
Test,
thunderstorm
test,
is
test.
getting wilder because
Yeah.
the Almighty
My
Shogun
ears.
is having health problems.
I'm
The fact
still-
that she won't see anyone right now makes us concerned that things are only going to get
It's still a
worse.
little quiet, but I'll just be louder
Right,
or something.
so before rumors start spreading, Miss
I can turn it
Kamisato
even
got
louder.
me to come here and discuss
Now you're super
countermeasures
loud.
with the Tenryo Commission. We need
Which
to
may
make sure we're
balance out.
prepared to deal with the chaos
hopefully,
if
let's
and when
find
it
out.
arrives.
Unfortunately, the reality is that the
It
Tenryo
did
Commission
not
is facing
change at all
huge
in the
internal
stream.
instability at
Really?
the moment.
Interesting.
The Kujo clan has lost control over the other clans.
That sounds good, says Tremor. Okay.
Why is that?
The
That's
Kujo
good.
clan is still awaiting the Shogun's trial for colluding with the Fatui and nearly destroying the whole of Inazuma. Everyone knows
No
that a
problem, no
change of
problem.
commissioner is inevitable.
Oh,
It's just a matter of
oh.
time before the
One of
almighty
those
Shogun
things.
hands down her decree.
To put it simply, no one will take orders from the Kujo clan
so-
anymore. But there's
Pause.
still work that has to be done.
It is the wheel of chaos.
Basically, I was just trying to say that the Kujo clan, which has been in charge of the Tenryo Commission, who's like the military, is basically no one is listening to right now because of how much they kind of screwed things over with the Vision Hunter Decree, even though that was the Raiden Shogun's orders. But they allowed for corruption and allowing the Fatui to have any kind of foothold in the government.
Oh,
So
shit.
people are like really, really upset with them. And that's the main crux of this quest. Is because there's a power struggle going on right now within the families in Inazuma.
Ah.
And of course, the Raiden Shogun hasn't made a choice as to what the Tenryo Commission's going to do yet. So that's like the main problem.
Excellent.
It's kind of important.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. Let's see what we're gonna do with the wheel of chaos. Ba, 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 ba. Oh no. Well.
Tier list.
A tier list. Guess what that means? Another mini game. Since it's Halloween, this actually may be not bad at all. All right. Let me check. Let me get the tier list out. A tier list. No, go away. All right.
What are we ranking?
Well, since it's Halloween, of course. We're gonna do scary, like killers, something like that, horror villains. That's what I'm doing, and we're gonna rate them, best to worst. Well, on the, whatever the tier list thing is. Give me one sec. I had it like right there. Na 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 na. Oh yeah, anything else we need to know about the stuff that we're about to hit with her?
Oh, I was just gonna say, some people liken it to a version of what happens in Dorn, but for babies.
Dorn for babies?
In the books of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like,
Harry.
I mean, they handle it better than what happens to Dorn in the show. But it's a power vacuum. As with any power vacuum, it's like the group that was in power is now kind of just being castrated because they messed up.
Yeah.
The guy that is currently talking, Kujo Kamaji, I think it's someone who was talking. He is the current leader of the Tenryo clan after his father and his brother were both basically like, you're not allowed to have power anymore because you guys messed up. He's the temporary leader until a new person can be chosen as the leader of the Tenryo Commission. But of course, nobody's listening to him or his subordinates because, of course, nobody trusts his house anymore.
Right. All right.
So that's all major problems right there. Because, of course, if nobody's listening to the police or the military, then who's going to keep order?
Hey, Jamin.
Hi,
Right.
Jamin.
We're doing the wheel chaos was fun today, and so we're doing a tier list, and the tier list is going to be horror characters because it's Halloween, and why not?
Characters.
Yeah, horror characters. I actually love this because I freaking am a huge fan of horror characters. So the first one on the list is aliens. Okay. I have mixed on Aliens. I thought the first movie was okay. The second movie was genius. Third movie and on, I didn't care about. There was like a couple of, I guess, okay ones. Aliens versus Predator was kind of neat, I guess. I don't know if you have any feeling on this, but
so when it comes to horror movies, I don't really have much of an opinion. I don't watch that many horror movies.
Let's see. Are you kidding me? Let me be on your side. I like you. Okay. So there's obviously 5 categories. Let me be on your side. I like you. Nothing special about you. I have seen better. And are you kidding me? I'd probably put him, the Aliens, on. God, Aliens is one of my favorite movies of all time. So
thank you for just considering the original Alien. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be. I like it. It also has one of the best lines. I don't know if you are familiar. Have you ever seen Aliens? Like the second one?
Yes.
Okay.
I have watched some of the Aliens movies.
Well, I mean, I was curious if you've seen the second one. It's called Aliens. First one's Alien. Second one's Aliens.
Yes, I've seen most of them.
Okay. But it has Bill Paxton does a famous line, "Game over," which he did on Improvise, which obviously everyone remembers that line in that movie. All right, next one is, I think this is Annabelle. She is creepy as hell, but she's just okay to me also.
I have no opinion on her.
So nothing special about her. Next one is Saw. I absolutely love all the Saw movies. I don't know. Have you ever seen Saw?
Yes. Some of the people on my dorm floor in college decided to do a Saw marathon, so I watched some of them, and I'm like, this kind of is boring.
Freaking awesome, amazing, fantastic. This is on my. I would be on his side. I actually could relate to the villain a lot.
I think Jigsaw is fine. I think he's kind of an asshole, but so my biggest problem with horror movies is I just can't get attached. I struggle to find a commonality that with people in the movie.
Uh-huh.
I think the only series that I've watched all of from beginning to end is the Leprechaun series, and that's just because it was so bad it was funny.
I was gonna say that is true. It was so bad it was awesome.
That's about the only one I've seen, just because it was just hilarious. I mean, when you get to the point where there's space marines being chased around by a leprechaun Doom style, and it's just so stupid.
Okay, the next one is House of a Thousand Corpses. I'm pretty sure that's who that person is. It's like a clown. I hate this movie. Like, I absolutely think this movie is garbage. Now, some people may actually like this movie, but I thought it was like, what do they call it? Porgorn? Gore porn, I think it's called, where like they just kill people for no reason and try to make it as disgusting as possible. You could argue that was Saw, I guess, some people, but like this movie I think is that, which I would put, are you kidding me? I can't believe I actually watched this movie and tried to enjoy it, and it's terrible.
I've never watched it.
It did have a sequel, and I think it was better, but it still was not good. Chucky, everyone knows who Chucky is. I actually have a doll named Buddy who was designed after Chucky. I may send a picture of him at some point. He's really cool. He's like really old. He's haunted. If you don't believe in haunted things, well, that's unfortunate because haunted things are scary.
The only reason I'll give Chucky any points is because in the remake a couple years ago they had Mark Hamill play Chucky.
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the 2019 Chucky movie, they had Mark Hamill be Chucky.
That's funny. I actually will give him some points because even though his movies are, I mean, it's terrible. It's stupid. A dog killing you. It is really funny. It is fairly enjoyable, these movies, even if, well, you can't take it seriously. I mean, it's a freaking well. The first one I actually think was maybe kind of creepy, just because of, you know, they actually, I think, did a fairly good job on it, but it's really old. I can't remember it. But I'll put nothing special about him. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's kind of in the middle.
I think it's better than Annabelle.
Yeah.
I'd either put Annabelle down one or put Chucky up one, but I don't know if Chucky actually deserves to be up one. So
We'll put Annabelle down. That's fine. Next one is, so I have.
It's at least Chucky itself was an interesting character.
That is true. That is true. I think Annabelle is based on a true doll that's haunted. So
that's dumb.
But hey, Buddy, I love Buddy. He's my best friend. Yeah. So there's multiple original '80s villains that are just, to me, they're S tier or super S tier, and one of them is Freddy Krueger. Now he may have like silly move. Actually, his concept is just creepy as hell. If you go to sleep, you die. Well, you have a chance of dying because he just freaking, you know, tries to kill you, and you can't wake up because, well, you're in a dream and you don't realize you need to wake up. I think that concept is creepy as hell. This in general. So whoever came up with this idea is a freaking genius. His movies overall are okay, I guess, but I still think he's an incredible villain overall. I don't know if you have anything about like any feelings on Freddy Krueger.
It's all right. So, like I said, a lot of my opinions on horror movie characters are going to be very muted, mostly just because I don't get the appeal of horror movies. I don't know why people like it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Because people like being terrified. Also, like it's like accessing that feeling like of, so in a romance movie you want to feel like that lovey-dovey or, you know, closeness or connection of two people about to, well, falling in love. Horror is the complete opposite. I mean, you're just trying to get the living.
I think the biggest problem I have with a lot of horror movies is people just make the dumbest decisions. Like, if they were making rational decisions and then still things were still like not working, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But like most of the time people act just irrationally, and then a lot of people die for no reason, and it's just,
I bet, yes, I think that is true, but also if you're put in that situation, there's a chance, and I could be wrong, but that a lot of people would be dumb. Like, they wouldn't be able to think correctly because a lot of their instincts just go out the window because they're not used to being killed, or a chance of being killed, if that makes any sense.
Not used to being killed.
But like the idea of like having a chance of dying.
That is fair. A lot of people don't have experience with dying. You usually only get to die once. So
usually.
Most people are usually pretty bad at it. But I think the only kind of quote-unquote horror franchise that I actually liked. I said I watched The Leprechaun.
Yeah.
But like that's the only one that's probably gonna be listed on here. The other franchise I watched was the Final Destination franchise, because most of the time that was just an unfortunate series of events, but it was so intriguing.
I have to admit, I think that they're a fascinating concept, or that concept is fascinating, and yeah, it's just fun. I mean, obviously it's ridiculous, but it is really fun. It's very enjoyable to watch.
I think like the second and like the sixth or fifth one were easily the best ones.
I remember you telling me about that. I haven't watched past the roller coaster one, which I think is the third one.
Yeah, that is the third.
First one's plane, second one is a highway scene, and then the third one's the roller coaster. I don't know what the rest of them are, unfortunately.
No, I got in trouble with the cop because I saw a truck carrying logs, and I just pulled off to the side of the road, and I waited for like 30 minutes.
Oh, you actually did that?
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
Said, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, a truck with carrying logs passed by. I'm waiting for that to go away like a while before I continue. And the cop's like, why? I'm like, have you seen Final Destination 2? And he's like, okay, you know what? That's fair.
He's like, have you seen Final Destination 2? Are you a cop? Because you're the first victim.
No, it was just really funny because the cop's like, you know what? That's a valid fear.
It is.
I can never look at it the same.
So, a neat thing about, I don't know if you know about the Final Destination 2 highway scene, that was filmed by the person who did the Matrix the Matrix 2 highway scene in that, which the guy's like really, really good at, doing the cinematography or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember watching that, Final Destination 2 and seeing that highway scene. And I was like, this was filmed so freaking good. I don't know how they did this. It probably still keeps up to, like, if I watched it now, I bet you it's still really freaking good.
Because it's mostly practical effects.
Exactly. That's a huge thing. Next one is... Oh, go for it.
No, I was just saying, and then of course, like, most of the quote-unquote plot for the Final Destination movies are just really dumb.
Yeah.
But like, the latter parts of the series actually do have an interesting, like, plot elements.
Yeah, definitely. So next one is Scream. I actually didn't care too much about this. I know it was a bigger deal when they brought not Holly Berry. Shoot, what's her freaking name? She was in E.T. It has Barry in it. Drew Barrymore?
Yes.
That's about right. Okay. She was like featured in this movie. And it was like a big ordeal. But like I said, it's an okay movie. They obviously, the movie's about old genres of horror. The tropes of it. I don't think it was bad, but it's also not good. It's probably just nothing special with you. I don't know what this next one is. Gingerbread Man, I think this is called. I think. I've never seen it, so it must not be that good. But if someone says it's good, tell me wrong, because right now I think are you kidding me? A freaking gingerbread man going to kill you? I would eat him. He would die from my mouth. Unless he's just... Next one is...
just smack him with, like, a book or something.
Pour milk on him. We have Gremlins next. Gremlins, I actually liked Gremlins when I was younger, but I don't remember it. Just because it's so old.
The problem with Gremlins is the quote-unquote magical... I use quote-unquote a lot, but the magical element of them. I think a better version of Gremlins is... Have you seen the movie Small Soldiers?
Yes, a long time ago. Actually, that has Kirsten Dunst, right? Or am I thinking of a different movie that had Kirsten Dunst?
No, I think that's right.
Yeah, because she was obviously young in it.
Yeah, but that movie is what I think it does it a little bit better than...
Hey guys, that's fair.
I still think Gremlins is, like, actually just the better movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, its actual plot and everything make more sense. But Small Soldiers, it feels a little bit more realistic, because, like, a magical creature is going to be a magical creature 9 times out of 10. And it's like, it's going to have its own rules. But with the Small Soldiers, like, people putting in advanced military chips into toys and then them kind of growing sentient, that also kind of tracks.
Yes. I think we'll put it as I like it, because I think it is a classic. Like, if you consider, like, I feel like it's in that genre of classics as, like, Back to the Future and all that. Like, people know what Gremlins is if you said it. Yeah. I feel so.
You say Gremlins, people are gonna be like, I know that. Exactly.
Next one is Hannibal Lecter and Silence of the Lamb, and obviously this is absolutely S tier. This is just not a horror movie, but this is like a legendary movie. It was filmed brilliantly, acted brilliantly. Like, everything about this is, like, incredibly well done. So if it's not on S tier at anybody's list, it'd be kind of sad.
I barely consider it a horror movie.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think this is along the lines of, like, Saw, but actually this is technically just better than Saw. Like, the idea of him, I guess, at least, because he's a vigilante who's killing people, who has a reason. Next is It. There's the old It and the new It. Actually, I think I could be wrong on this, and you would have to do research, but I think the old It was played by we were talking about him not too long ago.
Tim Curry.
Yes, that's it. And the old It is freaking creepy as hell. Like, I mean, in general, people don't like clowns, so putting a clown as a horror character is just a great concept, just because it's just creepy as hell. I'd definitely put him let me be on your side because
So I was gonna say, so for the old Pennywise, I would say the old It. The old It mastered that sense of
exactly
dread and unease. However, new It definitely has a more, I don't want to say terrifying clown, but like the clown seems to understand how to scare people a little bit better.
That's fair. I did like see scenes. I haven't seen the movie, but I saw scenes and I was like, these scenes are very well filmed for creepiness factor, but I didn't know if he in general as a character, like a villain character, was good compared to the old one.
I think I figured out the best way to put it. The new It, if you just take each of the individual times he's specifically targeting somebody to scare them, just take just those, it's better. But when you take the overall feel, the original It is a lot better.
That's fair. So I think we'll put him as I like it, especially since it sounds like you've seen it a little bit more, or you could at least compare them.
Yeah. Again, I don't consider it really a horror movie. Like, I guess it really depends what you call horror.
Yeah,
like,
I think horror, when it comes down to the core of it, is a terrifying or scary thing that like evokes fear in that subject matter. So like, if you're just scared of clowns and it evokes that feeling. So, or let me rephrase that. If you are not scared of clowns and then a movie makes you scared of clowns, I think it delivered the message.
Well, then Final Destination should be on this list.
And I think that is absolutely right. I think that's considered technically horror. Obviously, there's like other branches of it, like suspense and all that. But yes, absolutely.
Because this list feels a lot more like it's a slasher list than it is a horror list.
And that I think there are different genres of horror too, because there is the straight up slasher. But like some people, like I was frightened of Freddy Krueger when I was younger. The idea of that character or like what he looks like. This was creepy, a guy with claws. Mm-hmm. Maybe not necessarily his movies, but he just terrified me, that creature. I actually don't think Jigsaw really terrifies me. I just love the movies.
Actually, you know what's a horror movie that I had to watch for college that was just really good?
Was it a Hitchcock, like Psycho or something?
Actually, no. It was a more recent one, at least at the time. It was only like a year or two old or something.
Huh?
The Babadook.
That sounds familiar. I don't think I've seen it, but...
The Babadook is a real good idea into the suspension of kind of horror and terror of the unknown. I think the problem with the Babadook is how it ended. If they had changed the ending even just slightly, it would have been infinitely better. Basically, the whole point of the movie is this kid has this storybook about the Babadook and saying how, it'll get you and kill you. And then, like, her kid just starts acting really strange and screaming. God, the meme of, why can't you just be normal? Like, that is so funny, but at the same time, like, so accurate to how kids can be sometimes. Because, like, she's literally just not listening to him. She's like, look, the Babadook isn't real. Just chill. But then she starts getting calls like, be ready. I'm the Babadook. Duke.
Oh, wow.
And it's, like, absolutely horrifying. Because, like, then it's like, wait, is the Babadook real? Is there somebody stalking them? Like, it's a real thriller. So the problem that I had, if you don't mind me spoiling it a little bit, because it's just a movie from all of it, but the Babadook just does turn out to be kind of like some kind of eldritch monster, and then like they throw an axe at it, and then it like
vanquishes
damage and goes away. And I'm like, come on, leave it vague. It was so good. So the thing is, like, because they're haunted by it, so they try to burn the book of the Babadook, and then all of a sudden they find it later and it's perfectly intact after burning it, and it's like it kept coming back, and it was... Anyways, great movie talking about the terrors of, like, the human mind. if you watch it a couple times, you can realize like, wait, this could totally just be her having a psychotic break.
Right.
So it's that just
cool
really
concept.
good blend.
Right.
Sorry, I took a class on film and literature, or literature and film, or something like that.
Yeah, something.
It's one of the things we talked about. And I watched it. I'm like, this is just a good movie. I just wish that the ending was better.
Yeah. Next one is Jason Voorhees. I have a personal love for him. I'll be honest, his movies are terrible. Like, but as a character, I find he may be my favorite character. It's between him and Freddy, which is why I love Freddy versus Jason, because that movie was ridiculous. It's not a great movie, but it's not a bad movie. But for me, being a fan of those two, it was beyond fantastic. That's just like a personal opinion, but but I put him S tier, me personally, even though I know his movies are terrible. Even though I guess his first movie theoretically could not be as bad, because the first movie he wasn't even in it. Like, it was his mom, and the idea of like his son, something like that. But anyways, you know, that's like I said, personal opinion. I think Jason is an icon for horror.
Yeah. Horror movies that are more about the idea of the monster and not the monster itself make it much more entertaining.
Yes. Jaws. To this day, I think I am still scared of sharks, and I wonder if it's because of this movie. I actually don't know 100%. Sharks are not like the funnest thing in the world, other than Gura. But
honestly, though, this movie I actually want to throw a lot of hate towards. So sharks are not inherently creatures that are going to attack you, like, ever.
No, they made a point of that in this movie also. That this was
I know, but like people, like, even with that warning, still come off thinking sharks are terrifying creatures. Not.
Yes. Like I said, I feel like part of the idea of sharks being scary in the ocean is because of this.
More people die a year from hippos than they do sharks.
Hippos are terrifying. If they made a hippo movie, just call it Hippo. It made it just like Jaws, but versus hippos. Bet you it would be a classic.
Be more accurate. Dude, hippos are absolutely terrifying.
I bet. But
have you seen their teeth?
Oh, yeah, they have like two little cute teeth.
No, they have a row of tusks that curl. It's terrible. Like, think of a ram's horns but as teeth instead of on their head.
Ooh, interesting.
Hippos are absolutely horrifying, and they kill like 500 or 600 people a year.
That is insane.
Sharks maybe kill 100 at most.
Yeah. But from a film standpoint, this movie is a classic. It's up there with Silence of the Lamb.
Absolutely.
So obviously, this you know, you can't like put this but like S tier because of that reason. The obviously Jaws had like Jaws 2, 3, 4, a billion Jaws afterwards, but those are not obviously nearly what the original Jaws was. I highly recommend watching like the first movie.
Also, don't forget who wrote the music for Jaws.
I know like the music and the director are really big. I can't remember who they are.
It's Steven Spielberg was the director.
Jesus.
And
I actually would have failed that because I forgot that he did that.
John Williams.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So John Williams, I don't know if you know how much about this guy.
You told me about it, but obviously I didn't know about it until you told me that this guy like does every movie.
Every time he makes music, it's a master class on how to make iconic music. All the music has a really strong central theme and is built upon, so that you can easily hum a main line and you can know immediately what movie it is. So he's responsible for scores like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he's basically Hans Zimmer, but like better. Like he's done more stuff than Hans Zimmer, and I thought Hans Zimmer did a lot.
Well, no, like first off, yes, but like Hans Zimmer does do a lot of stuff and a lot of good stuff.
Oh, he does.
But John Williams is better at making the own music, like the original Superman theme and Indiana Jones. Like, you can't like beat that stuff. And Hans Zimmer, was he the one that made? He made some good stuff. But
Oh no, he's made great stuff. You know, like Pirates of the Caribbean, Hans Zimmer. And like, there's a lot of like, if you like say this movie, it's Hans Zimmer a lot of times. But if it's not Hans Zimmer, it's John Williams. Obviously, there's more people obviously out there that make scores, but these are.
Lately, there's also been somebody else coming to the ring. Michael Giacchino.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. And, I mean, obviously, I don't.
Have you ever heard of a movie called The Incredibles?
No, I don't know what that is. Of course, I know what that is. Sorry.
I was about to be like, really? Yeah, no. He's responsible for the music in The Incredibles and a lot of newer Disney stuff. And
that makes sense.
His music is real good. So he's like starting to become more of a big thing.
That makes sense.
One of the musicians that people don't really talk about is Howard Shore. He makes some pretty good music too. He was responsible for the music from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, I give Lord of the Rings a bit of a pass on the music because that music was not 100% original.
Right.
A lot of people think that, dude, yeah, of course it's original. It's just the movie. But like 75% of the music was actually based on a symphony written for the books. Literally, a guy read the books in like the early 1900s or something, and he's like, I can detect a lot of magic and stuff from this. I'm gonna write a symphony based on the books.
Interesting.
Which is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. But of course, it's Lord of the Rings. It's a dramatically impactful book.
Right.
Literally shaped the way we have high fantasy in all time right now.
Right.
So, like, of course, somebody would read a book and be like, "Oh yeah, magic! I understand this, and I want to make music on it." So, a lot of the music that Howard Shore made is based on a lot of the themes from that symphony.
Okay.
But it was still good.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Anyways, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Tangents. I like music.
Next one is Chainsaw Massacre.
Meh.
And I know he's an icon or a legend or whatever, but I never cared about his movies. I'm gonna put him. Like I said, I never cared for him personally, so I'll put nothing special about him. But I know, obviously, he is very high up there theoretically in like the legends. Exorcist. Exorcist is like a classic. I admit it's pretty creepy that someone could, because people can get possessed, you could argue. So I'll put this as I like it. You know, I do think it's up there on classic horror movies.
It's definitely iconic, but I don't think that I don't really care for it.
I never cared for it too much either. You know, but I do think it's good. You know, Halloween's next. Fine. Next one's Halloween. Michael Myers. He is on the high tier.
Absolute dog shit.
Yeah, I love him. I freaking absolutely. He's up there with Freddy Krueger and Jason for me.
I strongly disagree. I think the only thing that keeps Halloween from fading into obscurity is that theme.
Okay, well, how long ago did you watch the first and second movie?
I watched both of them like 12 years ago, and I rewatched them like 2 years ago, and I still think they're dog shit.
So why I liked it is because it's probably the most realistic slasher character. Because he's like pretty much a psychopath who was put in a asylum when he was really young, and he had a doctor that looked at him. So the main character is actually the doctor. It's not even Michael Myers, and he knows how to deal with him. And that's what I like about the series a lot. Is the relationship between him and the doctor.
Like Michael Myers himself, I think that it's just a dumb character. Like I said, that movie was carried by the music.
No, well, the music is really good. Actually, that's John Carpenter who made the first two, I think.
That iconic theme of
yeah, no, I freaking love it.
That theme carries that music because the high pitch of the thing when then you have the bass notes while you have these high notes tapping.
Yeah.
It adds such a sense of like kind of creepiness.
Oh,
to
absolutely.
it. And if I swear to you, if that theme hadn't been made so well for that movie would have flopped hard and never would have had a sequel. It literally carried the entire franchise.
Like I said, I think if you look at like Jason's story and Freddy Krueger's, he probably had the better of the three. Story wise,
Jason and Freddy Krueger both feel more like a mythical creature than they do a man. But Michael Myers is very much a man that just somehow is able to be terrifying.
Well, he's a demon. He was possessed. So you could argue that this is hitting the realm of religion. Why he keeps coming back.
I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. It just don't work for me, man. I wouldn't put him anything above yellow.
Yellow. Poor Myers.
Because we're not talking about the movies. We're talking about the characters.
Oh yeah, no.
Michael Myers is an interesting character.
He's very borderline like Jason, to me. Because he doesn't have a set. He doesn't need to talk. He just
gets shot in the face and die. Like,
when he does get shot, he gets his head cut off. Also, technically, in like the later films, I mainly like the first two. I've always watched them every year for horror. I freaking personally love them. But it's old school. Like, obviously, if you made it nowadays, it wouldn't have flown. But since it was made back then,
and this design is real dog water, like D-.
Actually, him and Jason have the same costume other than the mask.
No, but that mask is iconic.
That is true. That is true.
And weapon. Jason usually has a machete.
A machete.
A machete is such a more violent tool because
it is.
Hack.
It is true.
A chef, like, what does he have? Like a chef's knife? Chef's knives pierce and cut really clean.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's not as horrifying to be attacked by a chef's knife. A chef's knife, it goes in, it cuts, and it's like gonna be able to leave it clean. But with a machete, you're gonna be hacking at someone, and that's a much more horrifying way to go.
It is true. It's true.
The weapon plus the mask is way more iconic on Jason than it would be on Michael Myers, who's got like a regular dude with some weird hair and then a chef's knife. Like, that's not scary.
Fun fact, I forgot to bring this up with Jason, but I actually met the real actor who played him. He played a majority of him. Like, obviously it's been played by a couple of different people, but he's played, like, you know, if there's 10 Jason movies, he's played like half, something like that. His name is Kane Hodder. He's a really nice guy. He's like from Hawaii. But he was in one of the films that I got the film with, and it was just really cool talking to him, especially since I was a huge fan of Jason. So fun fact.
Oh, nice.
Next one is Hellraiser. Pinhead, I think his name is.
I have not watched anything related to Hellraiser, but I hear it's good.
It is, for terrifying factor, it is really terrifying because they use a lot of gore and what's it called? When you're in closed corridors, there's like a fear when you're like in a tight situation.
Claustrophobia.
Yes, it uses. I feel like the movie used that a lot because you're kind of trapped in a jigsaw puzzle, and so imagine if like each of like the pieces of the jigsaw was like a room. It's creepy. I'd probably like it because I always think of, he's one of the other ones I think of when I think of this. Predator. The first Predator had Arnold Schwarzenegger. The second one had Danny Glover. They're both okay movies.
Predator is not a horror franchise. It's barely even a slasher franchise. It is an action franchise.
Oh, that's exactly. I mean, the first one was fun. I can't take it seriously, but it is.
The first one was 90s or 80s cheeseball perfection.
Exactly. Completely Arnold Schwarzenegger type of movie.
And do you remember who played the Predator originally?
No, I actually don't know this.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
They had him in a lobster suit.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know how I did not know that.
Yeah, no, that
That's a
was
fun
one
fact.
I want to say that was one of Jean-Claude Van Damme's first roles.
Oh, it has to be, because they would have like featured Jean-Claude Van Damme if it was actually him a little bit later.
Yeah, and like honestly, like Arnold said on record that it was like a really hard movie to take seriously because you'd see him running through the woods in like this lobster outfit. Because you couldn't use a green suit to edit it out, which was kind of the prevailing technology at the time. To like see stuff out. Red, blue, and green were the main ones. Well, you're in a forest; everything's green. So like you couldn't do that. So they had a red lobster costume.
Wow,
and that's how
interesting.
they filmed him being like invisible but still being there. It was if you look for behind the scenes images of it, it's hilarious. But yeah, no, Jean-Claude Van Damme is the person in the suit.
That's interesting. Next one is Ring. I feel like this is like the first series of Japanese myths that was brought to the U.S. And obviously it was creepy as hell. The idea of the ring.
I mean, it's all right. No, sorry. There's this video. There's these TikTokers that they use a stream of GIFs to represent like things. So they're like, they'll show this and they'll have a reaction to it of like how good it is. It's like, woo!
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Down to the last detail. Perfect.
And one of the things that they used in this movie that I liked a lot is they didn't even show you the villain. They showed you the aftermath, basically the victims, and they were in like the most distorted facial, expressions.
So it's like it's all right. It's just that it's another thing where if they didn't show the monster until like near the end, it would have done a lot.
I think it did though. I think you didn't see this thing until the end. At least in the first movie.
You see it a couple times.
Because you don't see it go. Well, I guess it's always on the screen. You don't see it come out of the screen until the end.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just. I think it could have been better.
I mean, it probably could have. But
it was well directed.
Yeah.
But there were some things that they could have done to make it truly iconic.
Right. I don't actually know if this.
Like I said, it's all right. I don't think it's S tier, but this is your list, not mine.
Oh yeah, I actually don't know what this next one is. I think it's a video game.
Can you make it bigger? Because I can't see it at all.
Give me some.
It is literally so tiny on the screen, like I can barely see it.
I thought so. This thing. Is that?
Oh, that's from. I recognize it.
It's a game, right?
It's not from a video game. No,
it's not
from a movie.
I actually don't know what this is.
It's from. I want to say either Smile or Jack-o'-lantern or something. It's not good.
Okay.
It's dumb.
I've never heard of it. Are you kidding me? Next one or the last? What's up?
The last one is just from the more recent Chucky movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's Chucky's bride, and I never gave a care about her. She's down here.
Yeah.
Personally. So yeah, obviously I'm a huge horror fan. So a lot of I have a lot of like favorites. You could argue. Or basically my list is going to be pretty high on like a lot of these characters. If it was Orange list, it would be a lot smaller, probably.
Oh yeah, no. There would only be a few in the top tier. That would be the original It, Hannibal Lecter, Jigsaw, and probably Jaws.
Yeah.
And
that's
second
fair.
row, we'd have Predator would be in the top row. Then second row would definitely be Pennywise from the new It, Hellraiser, Alien, Gremlins. The second row, pretty similar. I don't know what the one next to Hellraiser is. That's not Predator.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's Exorcist. Never mind.
Exorcist, yeah.
Say that. Yeah, your second row is basically mine, except that
you would be
I
bumping
have
down some
Jason
stuff.
Voorhees on there,
Yeah.
and Freddy Krueger on there.
Fair. And Michael Myers would go further down.
And Michael Myers would be near the bottom. So, like, this isn't in terms of movie. This is in terms of character.
Exactly.
And in my opinion, Michael Myers is just one of the worst. I would put the Babadook at the absolute top, which that like if you really do like horror movies, I highly recommend it, especially because you do like filmmaking.
Yeah. I think of something that they've done that's not on this list that I would have put up there pretty high. I can't think of any at the moment. But yeah,
Final Destination.
yeah, the show roller coaster. I actually would put that pretty high. I don't know if it would be S tier, but it'd be really, it would at least be I like it or I like you.
Yeah, I think Death from Final Destination definitely deserves a nod. And
Yeah.
the Babadook. Both of them, like, they might not be as iconic because you never see Death. And then the Babadook is a single movie, but I don't care.
But yeah, so that is Halloween tier list. Back to the game. That was a fun little random side thing. That was probably good for the Halloween day.
If Mr. Takayuki was in
But,
better health, there might be a way through.
But yeah, I mean, obviously Horns, you know,
My lack of ability is to blame.
he's more
I
into
failed to uncover the truth in time. And I
well,
failed to stop
dramas,
my father.
good written stories,
And
really
now,
good
as
soundtracks.
acting head of the clan, I'm
And a lot of horror
failing to
movies
quell
don't have
the
that.
unrest.
Well, which is
Don't
understandable. I
blame
can see that, you
yourself,
know.
Master. You have to at least keep
When
your
I
chin up
watch a
until your
movie,
older brother
there are
returns.
three things that
The
need to
Cujo
be in
clan
there for me
can't
to really
cope with
be
any more
entranced.
instability in its current
And
state.
if it doesn't have
Yes,
at least two
you're
of them,
right.
then I just don't care about
Masahito
the
has
movie.
enough on his plate
It
at
has
the
to
moment.
have
Mustn't cause
good
any more issues for
music
him.
that works, not
Okay,
just as like
Toma, let's revisit
being
this discussion in
memorable
a
with
few
good
days.
theme,
Right
but
now, I
has
need to go visit
fit with the
Takatsukasa
show.
Susuma,
Like,
head
you
of the
could have
Takatsukasa
just
clan.
good music, like
He's
Two
the
Steps
only
from
one
Hell or
capable
whatever,
of taking charge
but
of the
like,
situation
if
now.
it's not
I suppose.
accurate to the
Well,
movie
okay,
and
no
like
problem.
iconic,
A
then it's
speedy
not gonna
resolution
stand
to the
out. It's
Tenryo
just gonna be
Commission's
a
internal
decent
issues
music.
is in
Yeah.
our best interest as well.
I'll come with you, Master.
Then
No
it
need.
has to have
I'll
great
handle this by myself.
characters. And I'm
Oh,
not just talking about people that
okay.
are acted well. I mean
Take care
people
of
that
it.
are gonna
Come back
be
soon.
iconic and like you're gonna remember that person.
If you think
Whether
about
it be
it,
the
both
slasher
the
that you're dealing with or the
Thunderstorm
characters that
situation
you're
and the issue with
doing
the
with.
Actually, I forget about this, but Aliens has one of the most iconic characters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, exactly. That's a huge plus to Aliens.
Exactly. It's one of the reasons why I consider it to be one of the better ones
You
because
Yeah.
can
the
actually do
character
that?
acting is so iconic.
Yes.
For sure.
And then the xenomorph itself is also extremely iconic. You could have even just like a silhouette of it, and everyone's like, "Oh,
Sounds like you guys
xenomorph."
know what to do.
Yeah.
Alien.
Shall I leave it up to you?
And it's funny because, you know, also like I feel like when you think
You
of
know,
horror, you think
Everyone's
of
worrying about the Shogun's condition.
either the soundtrack
but if
or
people
at
got
least
to see her
the
in person, it would put
sound
their
effect
fears to
of like
rest.
like Jaws does dun 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 dun. You know, like that particular part, everyone knows, even if they don't know it's from Jaws.
Mhm.
You know, they relate it to horror.
And then the last thing
Thank
is
you very much. I owe
the
you one.
actual
Again.
suspense.
The way Paimon sees it, there's
Like,
only
that's
one person
easily
who
the
might have the chance
hardest
to see
thing
the
for me
Shogun
in
while
horror.
she's isolating, right?
Because
Yeah.
a lot of horror just relies on body horror and just killing people.
Or
That
a
doesn't
cheap
add-
slash or a jump scare. Like a cheap
Yeah.
one sometimes.
and that really bugs me because most of that is just I don't give a shit. Like it does. I don't care. It's not doing anything to me. But when you actually have like the more psychological things going on, that's what makes it really interesting.
Right.
Like with the Babadook, like up until like the Babadook really starts reeling its head, it could have easily have just been her having a complete psychotic breakdown.
yeah.
Really important.
Wait a second. Wow. Here's-
Yeah, I was like, there is a teleport up there. I was like, did you not get that one when you were up there?
I just didn't see it. I had to zoom in. Yeah, this is actually why I like the Saw movies. You know, for when I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, and that's a much more interesting thing. Like, Jigsaw is such an iconic thing. Now,
Yeah.
Saw doesn't have the music, which
No, oh, you're talking about the actual Jigsaw himself. It does have a theme song, and I love its theme song.
Yeah, it does, but I can't. But like, as much as I love music, I can't think of it.
Oh, really? Oh, God, I freaking love it. Because every time the theme song plays at the end of the reveal, I guess, and it's very, to me, memorable.
Well, then that's a stinger. That's not a theme. A theme is something that plays when they're about to enter. Dude, Michael Myers, terrible character. I think the pacing is kind of garbage, and the actual threat of Michael Myers I don't care for. It's just stupid and kind of unrealistic. But that theme, the second you even just kind of hear it whisper, you're like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
Theme, you just start hearing the like that, you immediately know something's starting to creep up.
Yeah.
VIP shrine visitors during downtime.
But for Jaws, it's like,
So I suppose you're here
if it's
just to
just
visit
the
me?
reveal, like that's not a theme. No, you're not gonna like have that theme start playing and then everyone's like, what? Where? Like, you know where he is.
What a smooth
One of the reasons why I
talker.
really couldn't get into
Though
Saw,
your
like
eyes do
I
not lie
thought
as
that the
convincingly
premise was
as
kind
your
of an
tongue.
interesting idea.
Yeah.
You
But
came
like the
because you need
psychological
my
side was
help,
just kind of
didn't
dumb
you?
because everybody was super
Still,
selfish and it
your
was just
answer
really
has put
dumb.
me in a good mood.
Yeah, I
So
think I
tell
liked
me,
it because, well, at least
what is
like
the
the first
matter?
one had Danny Glover in it too.
Shogun decided to take a break, and
I
since
thought it was
then,
going a
the
certain way,
thunderstorm
and then I
erupted
was
in
like,
Azuma
this is like the typical
Rumor has it that the
horror,
thunderstorm
I
is
guess,
affected
or
by the
suspense.
Shogun's will.
And then it had
So
that thing at the end that I just
something might be
did
wrong
not
with
expect
her.
at all. You know, that there was someone who actually planned this out. Because
There's
they were
little
leading it
purpose in
toward
keeping
like
anything
a
hidden
particular
from you
character
anyway.
was like the killer, and I was
Since
like,
the
it's
battle,
kind of
the
dumb, and
Shogun
he
has been
kind of
greatly
doesn't even fit
troubled,
the
and her
situation
temperament has
for it
changed
being like so
drastically.
complicated, the puzzles. And I was wrong, you know, because it wasn't him.
Yeah,
but
but
that
was like but the movie was intentionally lying to you, and that's one of
Oh,
the things
yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
really a fan of.
Yeah, I know some people
Her
had an
power
issue
was
with the
already on the decline.
ending.
Then you dealt her that fateful
And that's another
strike.
thing is like a lot of
The defeat was a
horror,
heavy blow to her.
like actual
It also
horror,
didn't help that I forgot to
spends
bring her
time
some tricolor
lying to the
dongo and light
audience.
Oh,
novels when I went
absolutely.
to see her.
and I hate that.
Oh, the poor
No,
thing.
be
Without
honest with the
desserts and
audience.
books
That's
to
what makes it
console
more
herself with.
terrifying.
She was so
That's
angry
why,
she quite
like,
simply
if
lost it.
when you watch the body, like if
Crying
you ever
and
do,
ranting
Huh?
and
like
raving.
they constantly like have people
I
pulling
could
and saying, "Hey,
hardly
are
bear
you
to see
okay?"
her that way.
Like
You
because,
expect
like I
us to
said, it
believe
could
that
just
a
be a
god would
complete
throw a
psychotic
temper
break,
tantrum over something
and
like that?
like they keep making characters allude to it. Like, "Are you okay?" Like this could be a
Before
completely
you
normal
get too
thing.
indignant, consider the
Until
fact
it
that your
finally is
concerns
revealed that,
sound
no, this
every
is, like,
bit as
an actual,
nonsensical
real,
to
like,
me as that blatant
paranormal
lie
thing
did to
going on.
you.
Right.
They
I
seem
forget
to
there was
turn
actually
to
Candyman that
her
wasn't on that
immortal
list. And that's
lives
like
come
an
and go in the
older
blink of an eye. Of what consequence
horror.
to her are
I think that's
mortal concerns for
an
her
urban
well-being?
legend. The Candyman. If I'm correct.
Here's
They just say his name 5 times in the mirror
I
in a
don't
dark
know the
room,
details.
and he'll come
She
out and
said
kill
she
you. And
wanted
people
to
were like,
rest,
"That's not
and I have
true,"
nothing
and they would
pressing
do
that
it,
requires
and they
her
would die.
attention.
You know,
So there is
because
no
they didn't
reason
know.
to
They
disturb
just
her.
thought it was ridiculous,
I
that
have
urban
heard
legend,
about
which
the
is kind of creepy. You know,
thunderstorm,
like if
As to
if
the cause, it is not inconceivable that,
in
as
general
you suggest,
a legend
her
is
will has
potentially true, so
wavered
you try to
somewhat.
prove it right. You know, but who would like want to kill themselves? You know, obviously they think it's a joke. So that idea is pretty creepy, I guess.
That's fair.
Maybe she's gonna
I
start
am
crazy.
the only one in all of Inazuma who can visit her while she is resting. But tell me, why should this concern me? Why should I do this for you when I already have everything one could ever want and have seen everything one could ever wish to see?
Do it for your love.
I like that answer. Here is the pass permit. Show it to the Okuzumeishu at the gate, and he will let you in.
I do really like her design.
My question was in jest, but since you answered it in earnest, please stay true to your word. Oh,
Wait,
and
what
don't
word
forget to
did
return the pass
I choose
permit
to
to
do
me
for her?
after you have finished with it.
What?
She's like, stay to your word of
Spends
whatever
all
the
her
heck I was
time
supposed to do.
alone as the one who shook.
What does it mean? Did I get anything? Rewards? No.
You're 5 away from getting some new stuff.
Narukami,
All right. Let's see. Where do I go now? What are you gonna say?
I don't know. I was just like she said do it for A.
Oh yeah, that's why I said.
Do it for the Raiden.
The almighty Shogun has requested
But
solitude.
yeah,
No visitors
there's a lot
allowed.
of just good
Oh, we
stuff
got a
out
pass
there.
permit from Miko.
That's one of the.
Don't be ridiculous. Lady Guji never gives her pass
I
permit to
heard that
another
they're gonna
person.
make a new Lost
Not
in
even
Space
esteemed
either
travelers like
series or
yourselves.
movie.
Interesting. It said.
Guji is only authorized to hold that pass permit
What do you think about
because
that?
of the trust that the
You're
almighty
talking-
Shogun places
Were
in
you a
her,
fan of the
and her
original?
alone.
You're talking about a TV
This
series,
is-
right?
Authentic.
Yeah, they're considering doing like a new series. Is that gonna be a series or a new movie franchise?
So they did the original, which I can't remember, to be honest with you, because it was done in like what, the 60s or something like that. It was during Star Trek eras.
70s.
Yeah, and then they did a remake in 2000, but it was a movie, and I don't remember
I
it
wanna say-
either.
Yeah, it was closer to like late 90s.
Yeah, maybe. I thought I was working somewhere when it came out, but maybe I'm wrong. But I didn't care too much about it either. So if they did it again, I mean, hopefully it's good. I just don't have any
Oh,
expectations.
it's already out. Oh, it's on Netflix.
That's interesting. I think they did like a Twilight Zone. I would be more interested in that, or Tales of the Crypt. Just Tales of the Crypt. It is a cool concept. I don't know if you know what Tales of the Crypt is, but
I'm familiar with it. Okay, so the original Lost in Space series ran from 1965 to 1968.
Then, as the Shogun has ordered, I must
Oh,
not stand in your
you
way.
said 1965.
Apologies.
Sounds about
Please
right in the
proceed.
60s. Heck
Since the
yeah.
Shogun is resting at this
The
time,
movie
please be
was
especially
made in
respectful and make
1998.
sure your behavior is
Yeah,
impeccable.
you're right. More on the year of the 90s. I said 2000.
And then the series on Netflix came out in 2018.
Wow, that's actually a lot older than I would have expected. That was before COVID.
Yeah.
Look how she's
Must have not did
pacing
too
back
well
and
if
forth.
I haven't even heard about it.
I mean, it's got a 7.5 overall rating.
That's actually not terrible.
How did you get in?
I walked in.
Trespassers
I
are
meant
to
to
be
check it out.
eliminated at once.
How did you get in?
It's
I
us.
walked in.
Why are you treating us like we're your enemies? We got in, didn't we? Also, we got in by totally legitimate means.
Denied. Use of force has
Denied.
been forbidden. Anyway, be gone. Do not disturb my solitude.
Yeah, is everything
That is
okay?
of no concern.
Actually, it
This
is my
is my
concern.
recuperation state.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's not the Raiden Shogun.
What do
I'm
you
pretty sure.
think of
Well,
this?
I'm pretty sure that's
She's
Raiden Shogun.
acting
That's not A.
strange, huh?
Oh yeah, because she's trapped. Oh, one thing they didn't put on there was the Puppet Master. I love that series. It's cheesy as hell, you know, but I love. Well, let me phrase that. 3 and up, you know, is like the cheesy cuteness or cuteness. That's not cute. Cheesy. I don't know what to call it, but like horror genre, you know, like silly characters or characters that are like, I almost want to say 2-dimensional.
Also, you know what's a series you might enjoy?
Huh.
Do you like? Well, first off, do you like fantasy?
It depends on the fantasy.
There's a series, written by an author named Terry Goodkind.
This body has no need
The
of
book
rest.
series is called the
But
Sword
I
of
am an
Truth
assistant
series.
to the one within. If she wishes to
But they
rest,
adapted it
I
into
must follow her will.
as a live-action series.
Huh?
So this is all
They only
A's
had
doing.
2 seasons, which really sucked
But
because it was a good show,
why?
and I really wish it
Surely
had
you
at
going
least
about
one
your
more
business
season.
doesn't
But,
interfere with the plane of euthymia.
Called Legend of the
She's got
Seeker.
plenty of space in there.
Legend of the
Seems like it
Seeker.
would be the perfect
Mhm.
place for rest and relaxation.
I
I
don't know,
do as she
I
wishes.
have the DVDs.
I
I'd
can
just
say
let you
no
borrow
more
them.
than this.
It's worth a watch. I'm not
I
gonna say
cannot.
it's like,
In my current
as
state,
good as
even
Lord
if
of
I
the
went out,
Rings
I
or
could do
anything.
nothing.
Yeah,
But-
I
that's
am
not
currently
like,
terrible.
unwilling
the
to deal
actual
with any
lore
business.
of the books and everything is
I am
actually
also incapable of it.
fascinating.
right.
What do you mean
I
by
heard-
that?
Like when, you know, like Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings and all that. Oh, I guess
It has been
Game of
forbidden.
Thrones. There was like a book I heard that's called The Wheel of
Please refrain
Fate.
from
Wheel
making
of
me
Time.
talk any
Wheel of Time,
further.
yeah, that I've heard was like really good. The
What should we
books.
do? It feels like
Um,
this conversation is
I
going
think they made a
nowhere.
TV show of it, right? or are they
Yeah,
making it?
They have finished the first season as of like near the end of this year or so.
I don't know if that did good though. The series. I feel like I haven't heard anything great about it.
So fans of the book said, yeah, it's okay. But like people that don't know the books were kind of like, so what was this?
It's you two.
I
It's been a while.
heard the
The
books were
Shogun can't
really
do much at the
good.
moment. Come straight in and see me.
I couldn't get into them.
Where did we go? Oh, but yeah, like I don't know anything really about it, obviously.
So
So
one thing that's interesting about Legend of the Seeker is the way that they have magic.
okay.
In the books,
It's
there's
not your first
additive
time.
and there's
I don't see what there
subtractive
is to be
magic.
so alarmed
Holy
about.
shit, she's so happy.
So, is the Shogun broken?
I was not expecting
Are
that.
you gonna get it fixed?
Sorry.
Or...
Don't worry. The Shogun's
yeah,
not
it's
broken.
just
I've just temporarily disabled many
the
of her
book
functions.
series
Currently, the
has
Shogun
some
is
of the
unable to handle
best
any business and
moments I've
cannot
ever
appear as me.
read.
So the
Oh,
easiest
that's cool.
solution
I'm sorry,
was to announce
like-
that I am resting.
Lord of the Rings is good.
As I said,
Yeah, obviously
I
it's a
will think
classic.
about
Has some good
Inazuma's
stuff.
eternity,
The problem
and
is
thinking takes time.
a lot of Game of Thrones in the book series has just
But
been
the
building
Shogun
up.
is
It's
still
building up
running
and
based on
building
her
up and
old
building
rules.
up and building up. But
I
we
can't
don't get to
allow
see
her
the
to
final
make any
part,
mistakes while I
final
am
stuff
working
yet.
things out.
You said in
Turning it off and
Game
Game
of
of
on
Thrones.
again?
You could argue that
No.
sometimes there's
She was not
like
created to ever be
the
turned off.
payoffs and each of the
Furthermore,
ends of the books.
I had even predicted at the time that I may wish
Like,
to
that was a
modify
big
the Shogun's
moment, and-
operational
Something
rules
better.
at some point in the
Or
future.
something bigger.
However,
Yeah, I get that's
such
fair. That's
changes
fair.
would not be
The
conducive
show
to
got
eternity.
to finish that, but like, I don't care. I refuse to take that at face value.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely way more to it, more meaning behind it. If that's even the resolution, it's going to be
Exactly.
George Martin will take his time to get to that resolution instead of rushing it.
That's why the Shogun has a robust
But there's probably
system
going to be
safeguard
massive
against
changes.
modification. It's also to protect against
But yeah, no,
unforeseen circumstances.
One of the
For now,
best,
while I
best
figure out the
books
form
in
that
the Sword of
eternity
Truth
should
series
take,
is Faith of the
It's
Fallen.
more effective for me to
It's like
temporarily
6
disable
books
some of
in.
the puppet's
Each book
functions,
is 1,000
rather
pages, so
than
it takes
attempt
forever
to
to get
modify
there.
her rules.
But the build up to that
Gets it
book
now?
is
The
phenomenal.
How many
thunderstorm's
books are
getting
there?
out of control because some of the
13?
Shogun's functions
Okay,
have been
so about halfway through the story. Okay, cool.
The thunderstorm is getting out of control.
So the
This is the first I've heard of
few
it.
books,
Huh? Okay, well,
they have a different
bring you up to
villain
speed.
like about each book. But after like book
I
3
see.
or 4-ish,
So the thunderstorm is drawing
there's
closer.
one main
You can
overarching
fix it,
villain for the rest of the
right?
series.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just a minor error. This
Uh,
kind of thing is bound
he's-
to happen. A small
And one of the things that's really
modification to the
interesting about the
Shogun
show
should fix
is
it.
it's a lot about like ancient powers coming up to battle.
Don't look at me like that.
Ancient powers that
I've
people
never
thought
had to
had been
tinker with the
gone were
Shogun
coming
before,
back.
and she's very complicated. It's practically
Basically,
inevitable for
a
something to
person
go wrong
discovered
when you
an
start
ancient form
tweaking
of magic
things.
called dream walking,
Yes,
where he can
that's it.
torture
I'm not
and
making excuses.
gain
It's the
power
truth.
over people through their dreams.
Huh?
Just as long as you can fix it is all.
That's the main villain. He's the leader of a giant empire that's like 5 times the size, if not more so, than the country that you've been in for the first couple of books. Well, in Faith of the Fallen,
Not much. As
an
before,
evil
I can see the way
kind
forward,
of priestess
but there
person
are still contradictions.
but conducts like an
there is
evil
no urgency.
dark
To
magic
reach an
on
ill-conceived
the
verdict in
wife
haste,
of the main
just
character,
for the sake of having
Okay.
reached one,
saying
would be a
everything that
confusion of
happens to me
priorities.
will happen to her.
Hmm?
I am
If
going to go
everyone
straight
sees that the
into
Shogun
his
is in good
capital
health,
city,
It'll put all the speculation
and
and
if anything
rumors out
happens
there
to me, it'll
rest.
also happen to her. So you have to come and protect me.
Who knows? A change of scenery might put you in a different
So basically,
mood.
because
and
of
give
how
you
much
some
he
fresh
cares for his
inspiration.
wife, of course, he
You
has to go and
mean-
protect her.
Yeah.
Leave the plane of euthymia?
And he is a wizard, and in that world where you have magic, if you
Yes,
aren't
you're right.
constantly using
After
that
all,
magic,
The Shogun is
it can
currently
eventually
unable
build
to
up
take
and
care
kill
of business
you.
on my behalf.
Oh,
All right
interesting.
then. I'll come out for
So
a while.
he has found the way his
since
magic
the
works
theme
is
of the
he
day is a change of
introduces
pace,
magic in a lot of different
You can
ways.
just call me A. I'm not a great fan of rigid
And
titles.
one of the things when they get to the capital city he does
But
is
you
to make
just
money, he
changed
makes
consciousness,
statues. He's
aren't
like,
you?
puts his
Can
magic into
consciousness
crafting
actually leave
statues.
this place?
And of
I
course,
have my
because he's
ways.
using magic, the
I would
statues are
never
very
subject
beautiful and
myself to
everybody likes
imprisonment
them.
voluntarily.
Oh, great!
And
Then there's nothing to worry about. Allow us to be
they
your
were all
tour
being put up in
guides.
this one big area,
Tour
and then
guides?
eventually, like, he
What's
makes
a tour
the
guide?
biggest and most beautiful
Someone to
statue
show you
ever,
around
and
the
it
Inazuma
he
of
pours
today
so
and
much
give you
magic into it
tips
that
on
it's
where to
attracting
eat and
like
how to have
almost
fun.
everyone in the entire
Alright,
city of like
let's
over a
go,
million
go.
people, which is like an like this is fantasy, so of course there's an absurd amount of people,
Right.
almost unheard of. And there's this moment where everybody's just looking at it, and it's breathtaking. And then to get all of the people on his side, Richard. So because magic is forbidden in the city, the guardsmen say to destroy the statue.
Uh-huh.
So with one blow of his chisel, the main character destroys the statue, and it sends the entire city into a frenzy.
Huh.
It's such a beautiful book. So many beautiful moments. I really do like this series. It's a lot of fun. But that moment is just... It's so good. And also, it just has some really amazing titles. The first book is Wizard's First Rule, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
The Stone of Tears.
That's good.
Sorry, I can't read that title. Blood of the Fold, Temple of the Winds, Soul of the Fire, Faith of the Fallen, Pillars of Creation.
That is cool. It's
So
fun.
many just good stuff. But in the book, in the TV show, they don't have as much time to build up to that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Especially because they only get 2 seasons. Which sucks. It really does. And one of the things that really pissed off a lot of fans about the second season was like they knew that they weren't going to get a 3rd season. So they started trying to implement some of the stories from the later books into the 2nd season.
They just ended it?
Yeah, the second season is the end of it.
Oh.
Which is sad because like the costuming, the acting, the music, all of that is great.
Right. Interesting. I still have to complete it. Fine. To complete some side mission.
Oh yeah, the pizza from another land.
Yeah. Don't worry, pizza. I'm here for you. Yay.
This is what happens when you have a backlog of quests.
Yeah. I mean. Oh god, oh god. Oh, I got lucky there. Pizza delivery service. I'll take care of it. Oh no. Where am I going? Wait, where am I going?
Bring the cheese back to her.
That person
So
that
I
was.
guess just the person you just talked to.
Oh,
I guess just go back and talk with her.
yeah. Good point. Aha. Good call. Thank you. Give me my pizza now. Pizzas are delicious.
Now, one thing that I'm really interested in seeing is what they're gonna do with Dune.
Oh yeah, but that's like a big controversy. But
Okay, cool. Now go back and talk with A.
yeah.
I don't know why that blocked that whole quest. But...
Because I have a pizza mission in this next part of A. She just wants pepperoni pizza. And I'm gonna tell her that she only can get cheese because I'm vegetarian. She has to share with me. Like it's so beautiful.
Is this the marketplace?
Dude, A's design
It's a
is
far
so
cry
good.
from how I remember it.
Oh yeah, it is. I like her being so cheerful.
The
It makes me
stores have
happy.
changed, and so have the vendors.
That's so moody.
Well, that's to be expected. It's the Shogun!
What is the almighty Shogun doing here?
Isn't the Shogun sick?
Oh yeah, and like the Shogun doesn't come out among the populace.
Yeah.
I appear to have frightened the people.
I don't think you frightened them.
What did you expect? The almighty Shogun makes an impromptu appearance in town? People are gonna freak out a bit.
Yeah, it's an
Patrolling the streets
overreaction.
is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shogun has a lot of information to process and orders to give out. She doesn't have time to deal with it herself. Additionally, the Shogun has no need of recreation. There would be no need for her to come here just to pass the time or to relax.
So, what do we do now?
That is fair. The puppet has been running the country for like 500 years.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Why?
Just be a little
It's
grumpy.
not like I'm here to cause trouble. Let's just relax.
Just relax as everyone looks at us.
Ordinary people that Paimon was worried about.
It's
Never mind.
like
This
this
definitely seems
Shogun,
like your
I
style,
love her.
Well, also, don't forget, the Raiden Shogun
People still use
can
Mora in
slice a
commercial
mountain in half
transactions,
with
I
a single
assume.
stroke of her sword.
That's true.
Same as ever.
So, like, that's
Just
kind of
a shiny
terrifying.
and just a zip Wait a second. Hey, are
Everyone's
you
like,
saying you don't
one
have any
wrong.
more
And of course, the Raiden Shogun, the puppet,
Of course I
has been
don't.
ruthless
There is
the
no
past
need for
500
commerce in the
years,
plane of
so
Euthymia. If I
everyone's
ever
absolutely
need something,
terrified
I
that
can simply
it's
have
her.
one of the commissions bring it to
Yeah.
me. Wait, what do you mean, either?
Either or. I don't know what did I mean by either.
Anyway,
Also, her legs.
People seem to be behaving in a very orderly fashion.
Yeah,
I
Akadi's
don't
legs
see
are,
the
are
liveliness you spoke of
fantastic.
anywhere.
I was talking about Raiden.
I know you're. I'm just making.
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shogun.
Seven. Oh no!
What is this doll selling?
Yeah, what
I
is
don't
it?
believe I've ever seen this before.
They have food. Hey, you give up all your food. Raiden Shogun
What's the
wants it.
Shogun doing here?
Yeah, I'd be
What am
terrified
I
too.
supposed to do in this situation? I'm so nervous.
Like, is she gonna kill me?
What's the Shogun
Well,
doing here?
yeah, that's kind of the only reason she leaves.
What am I supposed
usually.
to do in this situation?
There we go.
Shogun, excuse me.
It's all right. Relax. I'm just here to look around. I'm having a change of pace today. Could you tell me about the items you're selling?
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here. Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Milk. All these like unique things, and then milk.
Milk? Sounds kind of like the odd one out.
It might sound odd, but it is in fact my specialty.
Ooh.
You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. I couldn't compete with them no matter what I sell. So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience.
Nice.
For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk.
I assume
The
Dango's
focus
an
is
animal.
not just the taste, but also the
No,
unique
Dango
texture.
is like
Dango with
ice
milk.
cream.
Oh.
I've never heard of it. What made you want to do this?
I'm sorry, Shogun. I've got no bone to pick with eternity.
I said relax.
Like,
There's no need to go treading on
think
eggshells.
of like mochi.
Do you really
Yeah, that's what I
think
was
the
thinking when you said
eternity I
that.
pursue is something that can be shaken by dango and milk?
Huh. Why do I feel like she's different than I expected?
Yeah.
Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dango, so they gave some to me. But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time either. And both dango and milk have a short shelf life.
That is fair.
So I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, in the right proportion, it tasted superb.
A chance combination.
He basically invented a milkshake.
Interesting. May I try this drink?
The Almighty Shogun wants to try? Well, certainly. And you two should try it too.
I'd be like, is this even safe? She like spits it out and cuts him in half. That was disgusting.
That's a very real fear.
It is not so different from eating a dessert.
I mean, you know, Joffrey is like, you could argue an exaggeration to medieval age, but he's not. You know, in Game of Thrones, like some kings are just, you know, terrible people. And if
porridge,
yeah,
but
Jesus,
the is only
I'd be scared.
Anyway,
especially with her
like
reputation.
I'm very glad you approve.
But again, the flip side is if you actually liked it, you could be like praised and people would want to come to your place. It could like, be so good for business.
I won't lie to you. Sales are very average.
Huh? So it's selling slowly? Why is that?
Are you scamming people?
Most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination. Even though everyone who's tried it before rates it highly. I'm not saying the Almighty Shogun has unusual taste. Please,
yeah.
Don't take it the wrong way.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just have the Yashiro Commission order a few hundred cups and go door-to-door delivering them.
No, Almighty Shogun, that's too much.
Is it? I just want them to try it. It would be a shame for them to miss out on Dongo
She's just like knocks on door. Hey, I want you to try this this combination now. Wait, what? Now. Starts shaking. Yes. How is it? It's good. Just lie to her.
No, but did you miss what he said? She said she's like, I'll just have them order a couple hundred to deliver them door to door.
Yeah. That's what I was making fun of.
Like he's just like, I can't do that. No.
Because like, you know, like if the emperor or empress like came to my door and told me to try out something and then rate it, like I'd be like terrified. I'd be like, it's good, whether it's good or not, because I wouldn't want to be killed. So it's just funny that like, this whole situation, like, it's very understandable. But do you like sweet things? Yeah, I'll do that.
Of course. I've heard that most humans like desserts, so it's not unusual
Most
that
humans.
I should enjoy them too. Miko agrees with me on this. There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable
true.
than
I
meditating
love ice cream.
alone all the time.
I also
By
like
the way,
milkshakes.
Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novels.
Oh, you're about
She's
to
always
be
bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the place for myself. Can you take me there?
Sure! Let's go and have a look!
I'm about to be what?
So, yeah, I basically created a manga house.
Oh, I see.
And you're about to go see that.
Hell yeah. Manga house.
Shogun! Almighty Shogun! What brings you to the Yai Publishing House? Do you have instructions for us?
No, not at all. Don't be so nervous. I'm just here to look around.
I love how she has to keep like reinforcing that. Don't be nervous.
Are you here to look into the management or publishing regulations or
kind of strange?
Oh, absolutely. I'm in their boat too.
Wants to browse your books.
The Almighty Shogun wishes to read light novels?
Yes. Any recommendations?
The Yai Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted at the general public, and the content is all kinds of strange. I'm not sure we have anything quite to the Almighty Shogun's taste.
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over again. Relax. It's just words on a page, isn't it? What could I misunderstand, really?
In principle, you're absolutely right. It's just...
Shogun's a terrible person. What did you call me?
If the Shogun doesn't understand, we'll explain it to her.
Yeah.
Well,
she just wants us to read it.
Okay then. Please proceed to the bookshelf over there. It has all the latest bestsellers. There are some winning entries from the "This Novel is Amazing" competition. I've just finished compiling them into a saleable form. Don't take them too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun.
Okay, let's go then.
This kind of reminds me of
How can this be?
when
Did I underestimate
Zhang
the
Li
caliber
was
of
walking
this
around the
material?
town.
I know every individual word in these books' titles, so why is it that they make no sense to me in these particular combinations? Take this one, for example.
She's like, I
The
understand
good
words,
thing
but why
about
did these
being
names make no
reincarnated
sense?
as a hilly churl is that I only need to eat sunsettias to become stronger.
I don't know what that means either.
It's so long.
That is such
Is
a
it true
long
that hilly
title.
churls grow
Exactly.
stronger from eating sunsettias?
It's
Well,
so
surely
long.
it should be some sort of meat, at least.
It's just a narrative device.
Narrative device.
Imaginary.
So it's made up?
Yeah, why not?
What's the point of that? Without
Fun.
being grounded in reality, how can the story be believable?
That
Also,
is a
I'm
good
fairly certain
question
that
about
Hilly
a
Churls can't
lot of
write
stories.
So, does
You
this
want it
author
to be
claim
believable even if it's
documenting Hilly
fantasy.
Churl life from an outside
Unless, I
perspective,
guess theoretically, you
perhaps?
know you're going into it not wanting to believe it.
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now.
Dads have no place in eternity.
What the hell? Wow, that's a statement. I'm gonna go with the too modern. I don't want to get cut in half.
How about we choose for you? We can pick out some novels that are easier to understand and give you the scoop.
All right, then. I believe myself to be relatively well-read, but with stories like these, I don't even know where to start. I have high hopes, though. This seems like Miko's style, so I'm sure the stories are very entertaining.
All right, leave it to us. We'll be back in a jiffy.
It's funny because I feel like if she played a video game or watched a movie that was
Tough job.
not based on a historical thing, she'd be so confused. Also, she's like, I think I like this, but I don't understand what's going on.
True.
Let's see, read the art story, martial arts,
If you ever
daily
wanna trade
romance
tactics,
story,
I'm always ready.
reincarnation adventure story.
No, so I don't know if you read the title, if like really understood the title. It said, reincarnated as a hilly churl, all I need to do to get stronger is eat sunsettias, which are like peaches.
That is.
Even though hilly churls pretty much only eat meat.
Oh, that's funny actually. I haven't heard
So it's just super dumb, and that's why she's writing. It's like, wait, but surely it would have been some kind of meat, not sunsettias.
that. All right, reborn as a Raiden Shogun. But the protagonist is struck by lightning. Wait. I see. Okay.
With a premise like this, it's no wonder Kuroda was nervous about letting A look around. Paimon thinks it might be best not to bring this one up with A. Might get the author in trouble.
I think it's quite original.
Well, if someone turned into Paimon and did a bunch of stuff this Paimon would never do, Paimon would feel really uncomfortable.
Paimon, you just said your name like 3 times. All right. Martial arts. I want to be a writer. A humble novelist.
This sounds like it was written by Jin Chu.
That'd be interesting if we got ran by a character we know.
Why would someone want to be a novelist that badly? Someone like that could easily become the top martial arts pro in the world. You
Yeah,
do
it's
have
a journey.
point. And a character so determined to follow their ambition is likely to appeal to A, right?
Yeah, sure.
Someday love will
Bro.
find you.
I know, the romance.
Oh, and I was just thinking of Journey, like the band.
Oh, ha. Meter Command 7. Wait, what?
The suspense is killing Paimon! Paimon only skimmed through, but Paimon can tell this girl has loved the main character with all her heart since childhood.
Aw, so sweet. I hope she finds happiness.
Yeah, she has so
Nah,
much
she
love
dies and
to
turns
give.
into a mecha tank.
Well, she can find happiness not from this romance. She can find it from a different romance.
Would A really
And then turns into a
understand
mecha
this
dies.
kind of mortal romance? That's all of them. Let's try to explain them to A.
Ha. This will be fun.
The looks on your faces tell me you found some good stories.
Let's see the love story. That's just Shogun story. This sounds funny. She's like, what? The martial arts one.
No, don't worry. You get to tell her all of them.
Oh dear God!
Goodness.
I should have started with that
Are
one.
people in Liyue really so complex these days?
Yes, they are.
Even though the protagonist refuses to acknowledge his innate
I mean,
talents, he
Zhongli's
has
not.
a rare dedication to justice. Where is he now? Does he have plans to visit Inazuma? If so, I will instruct one of the commissioners to bring him to me on his
She's taking
arrival.
this way too
I
seriously.
would very much like to spar with him.
Oh dear.
He's a fictional character. He doesn't exist. What about the antagonist, though?
I
Don't
feel
you have
bad if
any
she
thoughts
actually did
about
try to
their
fight that
part of the
guy.
story?
That guy would be toast.
The antagonist?
Unless a miracle happened.
You mean all the people who behaved foolishly? What can I say? They're bad people, and they all got what they deserved. End of story.
What?
A doesn't seem interested in the supporting characters at all. So what do you think of Yai Publishing House's light novels, eh? Do you like the stories we
She's like,
picked?
yeah, no, they're fools.
What I take from these stories is not so much the content itself, but
Yeah.
what they represent in terms of the effects of time upon Inazuma. Back when I decided to isolate myself in the plane of Euthymia, there was no Yai publishing house, and certainly no stories of this kind. In accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an eternal nation. A nation that, in theory, should remain entirely unchanged over time. But the fact is that both the food and the stories have changed with time. I
Changes
disagree with your point of view.
Ha.
That's what I would say if we were still in the plane of Euthymia. But the truth is right here in front of my eyes, and I can't deny it.
And
Yeah.
that's exactly why we brought you out. To take a look around and get some fresh ideas. Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another, people are loving life in the present. That's gotta be a good thing, right?
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change, but I do not wish for my pursuit of eternity to stop human lives from changing for the better. Thank you for inviting me out. This trip has been quite eye-opening for me. This
I guess
may
maybe
be
you
an
don't get to talk
everyday
about the
occurrence
others.
for you.
Yeah, thank God. She would
But for
kill
me,
one of them.
This trip has been quite an occasion.
Nah.
I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot.
Mhm.
I really can't praise it highly enough. I hope I will remember it for a long time to come.
Ooh,
Maybe we take a
great
photo.
idea. A's had a wonderful time, and a photo is the best way to remember.
Does she know what a photo is?
Take a photo?
Nope, she doesn't.
Once again, I'm faced with a combination of words that makes absolutely no sense to me.
It's okay. Come with us. We'll find a scenic spot and show you what we mean.
This is interesting because I am curious. I'm like, this is really not even that modern. This area, or you know, this era. Like, what was her time period like?
The characters. The Shogun must have her reasons.
Like, was it like very barbaric? Interesting. Think about.
Probably not.
Well, I assume there was like not
What
many
are we
housing and all that.
supposed to be
I
doing?
guess.
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the hard work to us. All you need to do is stand over there and strike a pose.
Mm.
Basically, a photo makes a visual visual record of you at this very moment in time, so it makes a great souvenir.
Okay.
So I don't.
So
I hate
what
to talk
exactly
over this,
is striking
but
a pose?
one of the reasons that our society has changed so much into the technology that we have is due to massive
I
war
see.
and
So
the
in other
necessity
words,
for
I need to
innovation
do
and
some
change
sort
and
of
improving
visually
lives.
agreeable
I have
action
heard that.
in
Yeah,
front of
war
you,
can
right?
push
But
forward.
The more I
in
think about
their
it,
world,
the more
they don't
embarrassing
need
it
that.
seems.
They've
How should
had
I pose?
several thousand years
Help
of
me out
peace.
here.
So
It
why would they
should
need
look
to
good,
have
but
things be
not
better?
too over the top.
They don't need to work to make things better.
This isn't coming
But
naturally to me
like,
at all.
The
as
passion
time
would do
goes on-
that.
Hmm?
I feel like passion, like people wanting to do something different from everyone else, would inspire a new idea, hopefully.
Well, that's fair, but like, it's not going to drastically change the way things are.
No, unless well, I was just saying, unless like competition, like people being competitive to, like, for example, for us, the moon. You know, we were trying to build technology to get to the moon first before another country. You know, like, with stuff like that, inspire people to learn new things without even them realizing it.
Well, so in this world, you don't have that much competition. You have
Yeah, that's fair.
Natlan, who makes a lot of like the metal and like the really cool stuff. You've got the Hydro area that I don't remember what the name is, but it's the area of justice.
How
You have
about
the area of
this?
Sumeru, where
This
people are
feels
just kind
quite
of
natural.
researching the world and studying. You've got Leeway, the place of contracts, Inazuma, the place of eternity where nobody can go to, and Mondstadt, which is the city of freedom and kind of nothing gets done.
Yeah.
But the reason that everyone is at peace is because each area is guarded by their god.
That's true, yeah.
You're not going to try to invade Inazuma, because the second your army touches the shore, the Raiden Shogun's going to be there and is going to wipe out your entire army with a single swing of the sword.
Right.
Okay,
Like,
let's get started.
you go to Inazuma, remember
angle to
how,
record
like,
this
that
moment
entire
from.
island chain formed because Rex Lapis was like, yeah, no, get the fuck out, to the sun gods? Like, you can't attack that. Like, the Archon War settled the boundaries of this world.
Archons.
In Sumeru, the Archon was supposed to be literally omniscient. Like, they know everything.
Right.
So it's just... So they've not had war, really. So, literally, the fact that the Fatui are starting to be kind of sus and start, like, attacking and stuff, that's actually, like, really, weird.
Perfect. Look how good that picture is.
That's a pretty good photo.
Alright.
So... yeah.
No, that makes complete sense. I mean,
And
yeah.
also kind of think of like how in Avatar: The Last Airbender, how each of the different...
Wow.
Think of it like this.
This
it's like Avatar: The Last
is
Airbender.
stunning.
Each of
Eyes.
the different nations...
Is it some
each of the
kind of
different
magic?
nations have...
It seems to be another
are
copy
separated
of
and divided,
me.
but instead of
But
having one
she doesn't
avatar
seem
that
to
keeps
be
the
able to
balance,
move
there's an
or talk.
avatar in charge of each nation.
Right.
And there were lots of avatars, but there was a huge war, and they whittled it down to like.
I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rigid.
Again, but
But it actually
It's-
looks more natural than I
they
imagined.
don't have
The
any
pose is exactly
desire
the
for
same,
conquest,
and so is
Yeah.
the scenery in the background.
which is why it's so
I can't
strange all of a
imagine how it's
sudden that the
achieved.
Tsaritsa
That's
of
what makes it so
Snezhnaya
special.
is
Hang on.
starting to want to
I'm
try to like
still
have some
struggling
kind of
to understand
conquest.
this. I need you
It's
to
one of the
explain it again.
overarching mysteries
So,
of the world.
the one in
Why
this
is she
photo-
trying to?
Are you sure
it
it
now.
isn't me?
Right.
If it's not me, then why does she look exactly like me?
Oh god.
And if she is me, then who am I?
She is thinking way too hard into this again.
Okay, that's way above time,
Which is
I'm
actually really
Over
cool.
to you, traveler. Hey, that's right. Do you think the Shogun counts as you?
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of Inazuma into anybody else's hands.
So then, who does that make you, here and now?
Well, I'm still me. There is no doubt about that. My existence. I think I understand.
It's like philosophy.
I am me. There is only one of me, but I can exist in many different forms. It's not important what form I exist in. The Shogun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The question of whether or not she is me is not determined by any of her components.
In that case, this picture is one of your forms of existence too.
It sounds a lot like
So
Christianity,
even I,
like
who
the idea
seeks
of like the third,
eternity,
you know,
am constantly
the Holy
changing
Spirit,
my form of existence.
God and Jesus.
Then
Very
how
interesting.
can I ask Inazuma and everyone who lives here to remain unchanging?
I feel like Inazuma will always be Inazuma is the best option. That's
Yeah, it's fair.
Everything I've
No, I think it's
encountered
fair.
on this journey with you
Because there
has
could be
been
always
from
different
beyond
people,
my
but
existing
Inazuma will
sphere
always
of knowledge.
theoretically stay the same.
You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell, but all this has challenged my understanding of things. Based on what I have seen today, I am forced to accept that Inazuma is a completely different place from the one I remember. But it
Well, yeah,
would be
people
incorrect to
age
conclude
and die,
from this
like that's not
that
gonna
the
change.
Inazuma of
Exactly.
today is no longer Inazuma. Both the Vision Hunt Decree
Oh,
and
that's
the
a cool
statue
shot of
of the
her.
omnipresent God were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. But if I were really getting closer to eternity, none of this ever would have happened. Perhaps... Perhaps I've been holding on to everything too tightly.
Oh yeah, I'm
Sounds
gonna
to
send
Paimon
this to
like
you
Ace
on
figured
Discord.
things out. And that means
But
Yeah.
that we've done
somebody,
a really great job as your guides.
made a photo
Master
of Henry
Kamaji!
Cavill as Aegon
Master
the Conqueror.
Kamaji!
Oh dear goodness.
Why is it
And
getting
it
so
looks kinda
noisy
cool.
down there? Oh, that sounded
Yeah.
like Ipe.
That'd be very
What
interesting if they actually did cast him.
Ipe.
Oh, first they would have
Is
to
that
actually
someone
make
from the
that,
Tenryou
you know,
Commission?
Aegon the Conqueror.
Yep.
Or
Let's
Aegon
find
to
out
whatever.
what's going on.
Which I honestly could see HBO eventually making that.
I mean, it's easily one of the most interesting points in Westeros' history.
Exactly. I feel like that and Robert's Rebellion are like some of the biggest things. Obviously, Dance of Dragons was like a fun thing that they could introduce because it is going to have a lot of myth and action, but for like references to actual history, Aegon is really important. I feel like that they could do a lot with that. And of course, Robert's Rebellion, because that's what Game of Thrones was pretty much based off of, or the events of.
It's you. Huh? The Almighty Shogun. You must be looking for my master, Kujo Kamaji? I am very sorry, he's not here at the moment. But if it pleases you, I will gladly deliver a message on your behalf.
It's okay. I'm not here to see him. We just heard you calling out, so we came to see what was going on.
Yes. Master Kamaji still hasn't returned from the negotiations, and I'm starting to get worried. In
We have to
fairness, he
rescue
does
him.
have a habit of taking long walks and coming back late. It's perfectly possible that he just found somewhere he likes and lost track of time. But for some reason, today, I'm particularly nervous.
Kujo Kamaji. A descendant of the Kujo clan, I presume.
That's right.
Kujo clan.
Apologies, since the head of the clan is in poor health at the moment, and Master Masahito is rarely home, Master Kamaji is currently serving as representative of the Kujo clan.
I have heard that things are quite tumultuous with the Tenryou Commission at present.
Tumultuous? It's a
Does
word.
this have anything to do with Kujo Kamaji?
Forgive us, Almighty Shogun. The Kujo clan has failed in its duty. The Kujo clan's reputation is damaged, and its power over the Tenryou Commission is in decline. Plus you have yet to issue a verdict on the Commission's future. So, Master Kamaji decided to enter negotiations with the Takatsukasa clan with a view of having them take over.
Surely they would be discussing something like that at their headquarters, right? Why are you looking for them here?
Actually, they decided to hold this one elsewhere. I'm a little confused as to why, to be honest, but I didn't feel it was my place to question the higher-ups. The meeting place is in the mountains near the Grand Narukami Shrine. I believe the Takatsukasa clan have some kind of base there.
Takatsukasa. Another familiar name. They have been faithfully serving the Kujo clan all these years?
Yes, that's why Master Kamaji decided to discuss things with them. I understand they must have had a lot of ground to cover, but still, there's no way it should have gone on this long. I've searched all over the city. If he really hasn't returned yet, then... Yeah, I thought of that possibility too. But someone of my rank can't just go venturing into Takatsukasa clan territory like that.
Oh, don't worry, I'll do it. With the Raiden Shogun.
No need. I'm probably just overthinking things. Besides, if they're still at it, they'll only blame me for interrupting the negotiations. I'm only a lowly servant. But Master Kamaji and I grew up together. It'd be terrible if anything ever happened to him. I'm not as smart as Master, so I can't really share his burdens. But the last thing I'd want would be for him to come to harm when I could have done something about it.
What do you think, Almighty Shogun?
Let's go see what's happening. With me present, they are unlikely to blame you, even if we do happen to interrupt the negotiations. Besides, this has only come about because I failed to make a timely decision. This issue started with me, and I shall be the one to finish it.
It's like awesome
Thank
stuff.
you so much, Shogun. I'll keep looking around in the meantime, too. Let me mark out the location of the base for you.
Yeah, the awesome
I
stuff.
hope everything goes smoothly.
Alright. Negotiation time.
Considering we're having to do it in person, I think negotiations are not going to go smoothly.
No, of course not. I guess this is the faster route. I'm trying to think if jumping off the cliff would be faster.
Jumping off a cliff is always faster.
I don't know how tall this is. Oh, that looks pretty tall. I can't tell from the map.
I was going to say flying and then dropping down is always faster than trying to
That's true.
climb up to it.
Time to commit suicide. Whee!
Oh, I think I just found a shiny Pokemon. Let's go.
Oh, look at that. I got distracted. Shit. I'm coming after you. Damn it. I missed it. Gotcha. Alright, back to the mission. You say you got a Pokemon?
I just opened up Pokemon Go and saw a Pokemon. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what level evolved that. And I was like, oh, I got a shiny.
Huh. Where the hell is this? Wait, where is this?
It's on the side of the mountain. Do you see those weird boxes that look like they're covering a hole?
Oh shit, I screwed up. No. Why am I blind? There we go.
It's a little lower on the side of the mountain.
I see it now.
I was gonna say, your character's almost dead. You might want to not let them be dead.
They're fine, they're fine. It's only one character. I'll have the Raiden Shogun with me. Alright. Go in.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Look at how well hidden this place is.
I can't think of a reason anyone would want to build a structure like this deep in the mountains. I feel something that doesn't belong here. I sense danger.
Huh?
We should proceed with caution. The Kujo clan descendant may well be in trouble.
Heck yeah. To play her. Oh yeah, I forgot she uses a spear.
It's my lucky day.
It is your lucky day. You get to fight her.
How's this?
There is no escape.
Like finally, I died from her.
Why are there Ronin here? This is a Tenryou Commission base.
Something is not right. We must remove all those who stand in our way.
Like how I have two gods with me.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like I would, if I saw two gods, I would just run. Especially these two.
Not just any two gods, historically the two strongest archons in the entire world.
Exactly. I'm like, wait, did I miss something? Because why are they here? Exit.
No, that was literally what they talked about. Or the gods or the people that you're fighting?
The people I'm fighting.
No, they just asked that same question right before you started the fight. It's like, why are these here?
That's actually really awesome.
Press C for me real quick.
C?
Yeah.
Why was that?
Who's got the notification?
Oh, probably someone way at the end. Oh no. Oh, the show.
I don't know. I just looked at the character thing and it like had the notification. I'm like, what is it?
Oh, give me so see. Yeah, the show. Interesting.
Let's get down to business.
Oh, it's probably one of the four in your main party.
I see.
You probably hit the max companionship with one of them.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, before you go forward, go back a little bit. There's a chest you missed.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Welcome to your death. It is your lucky day.
Oh, you haven't even got to use Red and Shogun Bolt yet.
Hey, what?
Red
Oh.
is cute.
Yeah, I did. She pulls out a sword out of her breast.
Yeah, no, so not just does she do that, but like it changes her attack pattern. So she's not using the spear anymore, she uses the sword.
Oh, I didn't catch that. It's awesome.
Yeah, so as long as you don't change, you can keep using it. It doesn't last very long, but it's really cool. It does a lot of damage.
Shine down.
Yeah.
And also, when you use the E of the Raiden Shogun and you switch to other people, when you hit somebody, it hits them again with a bit of electro. That's why she's a really good sub DPS.
Ah.
This is order.
You know what's interesting is, you know, they both use spears. Her and Zhongli. So they could have a really cool fight, like just visually, you know, because spear against spear, I don't know, just I think it's a really cool fighting combination.
Yeah.
There is no escape.
Wow, that looked cool as hell.
Oh yeah, the lightning straight into the...
Yeah, and then like it shows a little bit of a firework, it looks like.
Shine down.
Also, when you press Q, it's a huge
Jesus.
burst of damage too.
Jesus.
Now you
So
see why I
strong.
like her so much.
She's awesome. She's just a fun character. She's like so fast too. Oh god, I'm gonna fall. Oh god, I'm gonna fall. Okay, I'm gonna fall. Bow before me. Did I miss anything? Yeah.
I don't think you did.
I will have order.
Don't forget to use Benny's Q. Gives you more damage.
On to oblivion.
Oh my god, that almost deleted both of them.
I know. I saw that. It's so freaking strong, her move.
Man, what a huge secret base.
It really is. It is in the mountain, so I guess you could have as tall as you want. Well, as tall as the mountain. Ah! Like shit.
Shogun, what are you?
Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan. Explain what is going on here.
Damn, I'd be scared.
Oh, we're just discussing some minor issues that have cropped up in the Tenryou
Minor
Commission
issues?
recently. Really, it's nothing worth the almighty Shogun worrying about.
And these minor issues warranted the secluded location and the hiring of Ronin and Kairagi to keep guard?
Well, there's been a lot of turmoil lately. It was just out of security considerations, that's all.
Silence.
Don't freaking lie to me.
Kujo clan. Your turn.
All right. I came here intending to negotiate, but it turned out all they were interested in was a written confession from the Kujo clan.
A written confession?
Yes. A statement acknowledging every crime committed by the Kujo clan since the inception of the Vision Hunt Decree, including all the recent misconduct.
Like his
All factual statements, of course. Not a single one of them fabricated.
I can't deny that. But it also emphasizes the Takatsukasa clan's achievements throughout the document, claiming they stood steadfast all along and fought back against the crisis. These are all falsehoods.
Says who? Why, are you two-faced? You're going back on everything you said.
I'm just stating the facts. I'm sure the almighty Shogun can discern the truth.
Swords, dude.
All the Takatsukasa clan is trying to do is make themselves look good, so they'll be first in line to replace the Kujo clan. Why else would you push a false narrative in the written confession that paints your clan in a good light, and try to make me sign it under duress?
What are you talking about? You're not under duress, we're just negotiating here. You've completely changed your tune.
I believe I now understand the situation.
Have a sword at your throat.
Don't listen to his nonsense. I'm sure you're well aware of the major failings of the Kujo clan. Surely you, of everyone, knows. Not a single word they say can be trusted.
You don't know if you want to put words in her mouth.
Your dispute is of any interest to me. Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan, you wish to become the new Tenryou commissioner. Do I understand this correctly?
See, I would be scared if I saw that eyeball.
Yes, of course. It's the eternal pursuit of everyone in the Tenryou Commission to offer our lives in service of the almighty Shogun.
Then the situation is not as complicated as you seem to have made it. After all, I am the one who appoints the Tenryou commissioner. The process is quite simple. Anyone who can beat me in a duel becomes the new commissioner.
Sorry, a duel with the almighty Shogun?
The first Tenryou commissioner demonstrated his will with the blade in his hand. That is why the title has been passed down within the Kujo clan ever since.
Damn.
If you want me to appoint a new clan, then naturally, there must first be a new duel.
Like, well...
Do you not know how to wield a blade? Or do you simply doubt your abilities on account of your advanced age and declining physical condition? Here you are talking about offering your life, and yet you are too afraid to face my blade.
Let's go.
I know.
Well, never mind. What about one of you, then? Anyone who can defeat me, Takatsukasa or not, will be appointed the new Tenryou commissioner.
Well, we'll see. I don't.
Person dare to face me?
It really is.
I will challenge you, almighty Shogun.
Oh damn.
What?
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Regrettably, even if you win against me, it cannot atone for the wrongs committed under the Kujo name.
I realize that.
Funny.
I don't stand a chance of winning against you anyway. I know full well that the mistakes my father made ought to spell the end of the Kujo clan's legacy in the Tenryou Commission. Even when I was executing the Vision Hunt decree, I had doubts about my father's decisions. I knew that what I was doing was wrong, but that was as far as I went. I doubted, and I ruminated. I understood the situation perfectly well, but I took no action, and I didn't save a single person. I accept the Kujo clan's decline as punishment for my deeds. I can't even say that I failed to prevent it, because in order to fail, you have to have at least tried.
To be brutally honest, for someone of your strength, there is nothing you could have done, even if you had tried.
Yes. I'm too weak. My father ignores me. My elder brother can't help me. And I even need Ippei to set me straight at times. It's the way it's always been. But if nothing else, then right here, right now in the Kujo clan's final hours, it is I who represent the clan, like my father before me. His duties are now mine to perform. Just as the Shogun said, a forefather of mine once showed his will with his sword. Then please, let me, Kujo Kamaji, end the story of the Kujo clan in the same way that it began. This is my last chance to do something.
This is patently meaningless. But I accept.
Yeah.
Come forward.
This is patently meaningless.
Honestly, the guy's brave as hell. To even be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm about
God
to.
is literally like,
was
come
forged
at
with
me, bro.
courage,
And he's like, I
tempered with
don't want to,
integrity,
but I will.
and shines beyond life and death. Show me whether your blade can bear the weight of your name.
Ready to learn, Almighty Shogun.
Literally not even trying.
No.
I mean, he's the only one with the balls to try.
I know. I mean, obviously, I feel like the writing would like be proud to a degree. It's like, okay, I mean, he had the balls to do this. She could have one-shotted him, but she hasn't.
Oh, easily. She's literally just toying with him.
Exactly.
Another anomaly in eternity. Nevertheless, it appears that the Kujo honor still courses through your veins. Kujo Kamaji is wounded. Descendants of the Takatsukasa clan, it is your responsibility to take care of him. You may not have the courage to challenge me, but I trust that you are capable of attending to a small matter such as this.
Yes, of course. I apologize. I'm sorry. So sorry.
I had heard that the Kujo clan is no longer fit to shoulder the work of the Tenryou Commission. The search for a successor to the role of Tenryou Commissioner is indeed a matter of great urgency. However, following this duel, I have decided to postpone the Kujo clan's punishment for the time being. In the meantime, I expect the Takatsukasa clan to continue supporting the Kujo clan as before.
As you instruct, so it shall be done. We would not dare question the Almighty Shogun's will.
Finally, if you still think you can copy the Fatui strategy of providing me with deceptive information to produce flaws in my judgment, you will see me appear once again as I have done today. Only next time, my blade will show no mercy.
Understood. Thank you, Almighty Shogun, for your wisdom and mercy.
That will do.
The mercy is the key
I
word
will have
there.
the Okuzumeshu continue the investigation from here. Come with me. Let's find a quiet place. There's something I want to talk about with you.
They got lucky.
Ooh, big chest.
That was a big chest. That was happy. All right. Where's the angle? There it is.
I also think if you go talk to, also check your 4 main characters. I want to see which one it is has the friendship level maxed.
Where would you see that?
It's probably Bennett, or not Bennett. Huh, it's
Benny's
none of
adventure
them.
team, assemble!
Weird. Who has it then? I don't know, it's just bugging me because,
Friendship 4?
there would be a notification thing. I'm trying to see where the notification symbol is. Oh, well, we'll figure it out later. It's not really important. I just
That was a quick fix and it wasn't.
notification symbols bug me. I'm like, no, I don't want notifications.
Ooh.
Not
Nice.
that I don't want them, I just don't like having them.
I know what you mean.
all the time.
Whew. When it's time to deal with the situation, you're just like the Shogun. So strict.
Well, she's serious.
You think so? I thought I was rather accommodating. If it had been the Shogun, she would have decapitated Kujo Kamaji without a second thought.
Yep.
Literally a single strike.
I know.
Maybe that's what he was expecting.
Yeah.
I do believe he was prepared for that outcome. I could see it in his eyes. The Kujo clan has undergone a dramatic change from its glory days to its present decline. Kamaji is hardly a great heir to the Kujo name, but
Something about him.
he has shown me how some things remain the same even as the world around them changes. I also have you to thank. The things we experienced out on the streets and the photo you took of me, they helped me come to this realization too.
So what's next for the Kujo clan? Will they get to carry on being in charge of the Tenryo Commission?
For now.
Not a chance. Even if their heir was someone who showed promise, their past mistakes cannot be erased. Still, I will give them a little more time. After all, they are not the only ones who have made mistakes. The Shogun does not make mistakes. She is incapable of doing so. But I, as A, would like to offer my apologies. I have much to
You know what this
contemplate
kind
in
of
the
makes me
days
think
to
of?
come.
Tron
But at
Legacy.
least I can now see
I haven't
the
seen
way
that.
ahead.
You haven't?
No. But I don't remember Tron. I seen obviously like the soundtrack is like it's really good. I love the soundtrack. And I've seen pieces of it, but and I know it's about, his heir. I think it's his heir, like his father, right? Like he tries to. I assume like the person who goes in, he's trying to find his father or something like that.
Yeah. The reason he's trying to go find his father because his father's been missing for a while, and turns
Exactly.
out he's been hiding in the Tron world. But so what happened is, in the Tron world, he made a program to try to help run and make everything as good as possible. And things were going great, and then something changed within the original guy, not the program, but the guy. He discovered something that was breaking of everything, and completely overshadowed the other guy.
Okay.
Overshadowed the program he made.
Yeah.
And so now he didn't change the program to adjust for the new parameters, and lots of bad things happened, and that's why the movie exists.
Right.
I think I'll leave that to the Shogun.
Same plot from Tron Legacy. It's just
The greatest threat to
the puppet
eternity
is now,
is still
needs
the
to be
erosion
corrected.
that comes with time. As I said,
That's cool.
The Shogun
Love
has a
parallels.
robust system
You
to
see
protect
that.
her against modification. This is because I anticipated that I myself would change over
Also,
time.
Tron Legacy is just a
But
gorgeous movie.
I've made up
Oh
my
yeah,
mind.
yeah. No, the visuals of it are
So
really
I will
cool.
do
Like I
what
said, the
needs to
soundtrack's
be
freaking
done.
awesome.
No matter how
I mean,
difficult
made by
it
Daft
is.
Punk, so I mean, it can't. It's hard to not be.
Yeah.
This has certainly been a memorable series of events.
Series of an unfortunate event.
Out the Tenryo Commission, and the people in the city got to see a happy and healthy Shogun. All the awful rumors will disappear.
I don't know if we have enough time to do the other one. That's
We
kinda
don't.
too late.
Yeah, we're gonna. I realize that. Well, that's a good story, nonetheless. Yeah, yeah.
No need. There's no place for such things in my life.
Yeah, A is a really
Please stop
neat
making
character.
it sound as if I somehow need the company.
Especially since like
Okay.
the other one,
I'm ready to
the
head
Raiden's
back
like
now.
so cold,
My period of solitude will now continue.
and this one has
but
like
it will not
remorse
last
or
too much
or
longer.
at least
I will
passion.
leave you humans to deal with any minor issues in the meantime.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye, Mom.
Considering a lot of what happened was pretty unexpected, things seem to have worked out surprisingly well in the end. The only thing left to do is return the pass permit to Yai Miko.
Okay. Miko.
Also, you could probably go interact with the tree as well, and because I think you open enough chests that you should be able to level up the tree.
Okay. Yep. Oh wait, offer. Yay! Collect rewards. Oh, that was a good one. No. Talk to her.
Miko, we're back! We had a great
Yay,
trip.
level 2 of 50.
Did you know?
I know.
Well then, you'll have to tell me all about it.
She's like, whoa, that's expected.
How amusing.
Mm.
The almighty Shogun goes downtown, and suddenly she's like a wide-eyed country girl trying to find her bearings in the big city.
That's true.
Marvelous. What a shame I didn't get to see it for myself.
Only you would dare say
It's
that.
fine.
I know.
She wouldn't mind. Really, she wouldn't. So, from what you were saying, it seems that
Oh,
she's
the
finally
wink.
begun to
I know.
comprehend what
Like,
form eternity should take. That's the most important outcome of this trip. To be honest, I wasn't expecting you'd make such great progress when I lent you the pass permit.
Yeah, it seems like she's not gonna force everything to stay the same way anymore.
To put it nicely, even deities indulge in wishful thinking. To put it more bluntly, there are things that even the Seven can't do when faced with something even more powerful than themselves.
The human heart.
Take a guess. Anyway, it sounds like you had a very pleasant trip and even had the chance to see A's less formal side. Next time you wish to see her, you can come and take the pass permit from me again. She would never admit to it, but she does, in fact, get quite lonely.
Oh, yeah.
But she said she doesn't need company.
Because she is a god. It's not that gods
Yeah,
don't
she
need
lied.
the company of others.
Exactly.
Just that the idea of a god having company seems indulgent to her.
Mhm.
But you don't belong to this world. Perhaps you are just the company she needs.
I mean, Zhong Lei feels the same way, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, you could even argue Venti to a degree. He's like so carefree. He really does want to do whatever he wants, but he also does like people.
I'm assuming you want to save all your primo gems and everything for Nahida.
I think so. Oh, I still don't. Oh no, I do have enough. Oh yeah. 'Cause I don't want Albedo. She wouldn't be bad. I still want freaking more Bedo stuff. But the next one is the girl
Mm-hmm.
Who are the 3 on Edition? Do you know?
They haven't announced it
Okay.
yet. Don't worry, we'll find out by next Sunday.
Yeah, I probably should save it for that one. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. I just got one. I got Mona. So.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to do at least 10 pulls.
Yeah.
Or 7 pulls.
Yeah.
Which you do not have enough even close for that.
Exactly. I mean, I'd be lucky if I got another 5-star that soon.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
All right. So yeah, I guess that'll end that. So yeah, we'll just continue. Well, I don't know. I may do her next week. The other version, part 2.
Yeah, like there's just so many character quests building them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they're all my like random side quests. And then yeah, eventually I do want to do the chasms because I know there's something important in there.
Mm-hmm.
You hinted at, so but yeah, I mean obviously tons of stuff to always do in this game right now. But yeah, I guess there's that. What's next week? I still need to play Soma. I haven't even touched that game. The Halloween week or October will be over with. I still haven't played that horror game, but I'm going to play it next month at least. I do want to play that. I'm going to finish Lost Ruins. I'm like really close to beating that. And I feel like there's another game. Oh yeah, Evil Dead. Evil Within. I'm like getting close-ish. But yeah, lots of stuff to do. Anyways, thanks all for coming. Thanks Horns for being here, and we'll see Horns next week. Do you have anything that you're doing in general? Anything that you're going to be streaming?
If the patch launches tomorrow, which it won't, then I'll be streaming it then. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be till next week.
That's fair. So yeah, catch Horns if you want to get actually the new action, the new stuff, or the ending conclusion, because it's the ending conclusion to the
Sumeru quest, or at least it's supposed to be.
All right, but anyways, y'all have a good night. Bye bye.